Right. Hi, everybody. So obviously we are on week 6. So if you remember quickly, my journey started, on week 1, and we are now in week 6, which is step 2. So from week 1 to 4, I was focusing more on physical health, while still carrying on my no sugar, no meat, no alcohol, no smoking journey. I was focusing more from the week 5 on my financial health, because really it's all about a combination of your physical and your financial, which leads to a great stability on your mental health, which finally means a great spiritual life. So yeah, stay with me and we're going to explore a little bit more on my financial health. Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ritesh Chawla. This channel is specifically created just to share my life journey, and maybe if I could help anybody along the way, which obviously are, facing the problems with their physical health, financial, mental, or spiritual health. So really, apart from this, I do run a successful business called Made to Measure. So if you want to really go to madetomeasure.co.uk, you will see what we do. Essentially, we specialize in, home improvements and fitted furniture. So when I say home improvements, we do extensions, loft conversions, home refurbs, side extensions. And when it comes to fitted furnitures, we do, like kitchens, fitted wardrobes, understay units, any kind of really fitted furniture within a house. So that's about that. Apart from this, I do run a small IT company, which is run remotely. It's called itworld.london. What it does is it really helps customer to utilize their digital presence and maximize their sales. So we help customers in either, obviously, it depends what they're struggling with. It could be search engine optimization, or Google My Business listings, and obviously having their online presence and making sure they're converting the leads, and really helping them with the CRM, which could also be a very good tool for businesses who really need help. So that's about this, and stay tuned for the rest of the video.
Let's look at my body vitals, starting with my blood sugar. So obviously my blood sugar is pretty okay. It's obviously going down. It started with 6.3, and this week now it's gone to 4.2. 5.2 is a very safe zone. It automatically means that I'm nowhere near to pre-diabetic, which is amazing. Great news. So blood pressure, so I had started with pretty bad numbers, 142 by 83. I'm still not amazing, but I think it's a lot better to say that I'm 124 by 78. So it's still better. Still, I should be below 120, but still a lot better than what I started with. So talking about heart rate, I mean, that's a bit of a mixed area, really. I mean, if you look at it, I was 77, and obviously now I'm at 74, which is okay. No great thing. Body weight. Now, this is a bit interesting. So I had started with 83.9 as my body weight, but as of now I'm 79.3. Last week I was 79.4. Now obviously I can see my body weight has started to stabilize a little bit, but it's also that I had a few bad meals last week, which was a lot to do with fats. I mean, when I say bad meal, obviously I didn't have any sugar, alcohol, meat, I didn't smoke, but I had a bit much of fat-induced meals. I think probably because I've been staying, away from all these things for so far, and naturally got into fat a little bit. But still, I can organize that part. And also, I think the other thing why I probably ate a bit more than I used to on a regular basis last week is because I had fasted for a longer period for a day or so, which obviously triggered a relapse, and we probably eating a bit more than usual. That's another reason. And I think I need to start a bit of exercise now, and I think I'm ready for it. So that probably will bring the weight down as well. But again, this is not about losing weight as such anyway. This was all about seeing how I feel and what happens to the body of leaving sugar, meat, alcohol, and smoking for as long as 100 days. So coming back to this, I'm pretty happy with the way things are going. Obviously, I could be a bit more happier if I lost a little bit more weight last week, a little bit more kilos or kilograms last week, but still happy so far. So yeah, we're going. Let's talk about how I feel. So let's talk about sugar to start with. So I think I'm getting used to the new normal. I absolutely don't get any cravings whatsoever. having any sugar. Um, I don't even actually feel anything when I see something sweet, which is great. For example, last week I went for McDonald's vegan meal. I had the vegan burger with fries, large, and I went for water, and I had no cravings. Actually, I didn't go for water. I remember I went for a coffee, white coffee, no sugar, and I have felt no cravings to have Coca-Cola or any other drink. Um, that was good. I actually feel quite proud of that. So that's sugar. I don't know what's happening internally. But I think I'm getting a lot of clarity. My brain is a lot lighter. I think I'm generally feeling a little bit in the middle. When I say middle, means not too happy, not too sad. It's amazing. Let's talk about alcohol. I don't feel any cravings whatsoever. It is largely to do with that I was a smoker, so I used to get cravings of alcohol when I smoke. Because I don't smoke anymore, I don't get any cravings. But what I would want is sometimes I do feel I want to have a um, nice peg of whiskey just to enjoy. Actually, sometimes do look forward to when I'm finishing the 100 days and enjoying a nice drink or two. But not like binge drinking. Sometimes I had binge drinking before smoking. But I think that's gone. Hopefully gone. It may just relapse. So that's alcohol. Speaking about meat, not essentially nothing amazing. I mean, giving up, like talking about this McDonald's situation. When I went and ordered a vegan burger, I had no craving to order a chicken or whatever. Let's talk about thinking massively. Sometimes I do get that craving of having a nice bland curry as such, but nothing massive. And I think I'm gonna stay vegetarian after the 100 days just because of I just like on a moral issue. I don't want to be a part of somebody's some life being killed. Again, that's more of a moral thing. But I definitely don't want to say that all eating meat is bad. Don't want to say that. But I think that's more of a personal choice. Yeah, more or less, I may eat meat. We'll see. But so far, no cravings. But talking about my favorite one, smoking. The reason I'm saying favorite, it still remains my favorite. Somebody offers me a cigarette, I probably have the power now to say no. I could stand with somebody who's having cigarettes and not have one. I think it's an amazing achievement. What? Do I ever never want to smoke? No. But I think what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to definitely try anyway. But what I want to do is probably try something new, like pipe smoking. I think I'll do that and maybe enjoy tobacco as more of a relaxed activity rather than having something on a daily basis like I used to smoke. Every few hours I'd need a cigarette. So that's probably gone, but we'll see after 100 days. So far, really happy. Not getting any more.
Right. So obviously, let's talk about financial health now. Now that we've done all the physical bits, tracking your body weight and all the rest of it. Financial health. Right. So obviously, we are in week number 6 now. Remember, the 100-day journey is about 14 weeks and 2 days. First 4 weeks, I was focusing on my physical health. While I carry on doing that, I'll be now focusing more on my financial health. So week number 5 was identifying the problems, which is the debt I'm sitting on. And now week number 6 is about identifying some key issues as to why did I end up in this place. So obviously we can't reverse time, so there's no point talking about what's happened in the past. But the idea is to look at some key things like your earnings and expenditure, which is 1 point above, or you're making a budget. You also need to look at the debt management as such, effectively managing the debt. And then we should also be looking at, making some financial goals for the next 3 to 6 months, where I can absolutely drill down to these ideas about bringing the debt down and making myself more into credit rather than debit. The other point which is really important is understanding the assets and liabilities. I'll give you a good example I've just recently learned. So like buying a luxury car, for example, is definitely a liability because you bought that car for whatever number of like whatever number it may be for. Now that car is just sitting in the house and it's basically the money stuck. And unfortunately, some people do buy it by finance. So obviously, you're paying interest of something which could have been avoided in the first place, and it's not a good investment because it's not going to give you any returns. But now I bought a luxury car for my business. Now that doesn't add up, but I've made my calculations. It's more like an asset than a liability. I bought a Tesla for obviously I don't want to drill down into financial details because of confidential purposes, but you're more than welcome to be in touch with me and then I can go through exactly what debt I am in to bring myself over to 40,000 debt. But then coming back to this point is Tesla. Now, if I had a normal car for my business, the construction business, which is made to measure, it would on an average do about 500 miles a week, traveling to various customers, picking up bits and pieces. If I had a petrol car, I would have spent on an average 80 to 100 pounds just on fuel itself. And then obviously there'll be other charges. Now, the EMI or the financial amount I'm paying for this Tesla in a month is comparatively a lot lesser than what I've paid for a petrol car. Now, obviously, I do have some, charges. I can leave it overnight where I'm hardly paying any money to drive. For example, if I drive the Tesla for 480 miles, it only costs me about £6 to £7, which is next to nothing. I mean, if I was driving in a petrol car, it would probably cost me on an average about 30 to 35 pounds. So that's a huge difference right there anyway. So obviously looking at these points, understanding, and really the other thing which I've learned is always have a emergency cash flow. So you should have an emergency stock of cash always kept for emergencies and savings and all the rest of it. So that's another point I need to be focusing on the next 6 months. So really, next month I'm going to be focusing on these individual points and see what I could do to improvise this and then make myself financially more strong. So obviously, if I'm physically more strong, financially more strong, then naturally my mental health is going to be a lot better. And then obviously from there on, I can live more happily and live in present. So yeah, so we look forward to see you on the next video and see what we can cover and really get into a bit more details about my financial health. So catch you in the next one.